The graduation procession is led by the Principal, Dr. D. Saravanan, followed by Head of the Department of Computer Science Engineering, Dr. Devaki P., Head of the Department of ECE, Dr. S.A. Pasupati, Head of the Department of EEE, Dr. Malarviri K., Head of the Department of E&I, Dr. K.K. Anil Kumar, Head IT, Dr. Alamelu M., Head HOD Mechatronics, Dr. Saravana Mohan M., Head R&D, Dr. Manivel R., the Chief Guest, Dr. Christopher S., Chairman of the Graduation Ceremony, Joint Correspondent Sri Shankar Vanavaraya. Let us all raise up for the Tamil Thai Vazhuthu.
Check. நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலமடந்தை திகழிலொழுகும் சீராறும் வதனமென திகழ் பரத கண்டமிதில் தெக்கணமும் அதிர்ச்சிறந்த திராவிட நல் திருநாடும் எத்தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனமும் திலகமுமே அத்திசய வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மறக்க இருந்த பெரும் தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிலமை திறம் வியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்துதுமே
We invite our joint correspondent Sri Shankar Vanavaraya to welcome the gathering.
Good afternoon. Firstly, a warm welcome to all your families. It's wonderful to see fathers, mothers, grandmothers, relatives, brothers and sisters in this wonderful campus. I say this because I'm sure they came in the first day and now they're here to see you all graduate. A special welcome to all of you. I'm saying the second because I thought this is almost like a reunion for you, or in some ways catching up on the 1.5 years that you missed in campus. It's very special for this campus to welcome so many of you after a year, after your finishing college, because walking into life has a very different experience. Working in your jobs, looking for jobs, doing your masters, family businesses, preparing for government exams, or doing some other things. It also reminds you of what college life was, or what your dream here was, or what it shall be from now. A very warm welcome to you for this very, very special occasion for you and for us. For you, certainly a stepping stone, because for many, many years, 12 years in your life, people kept saying, study well, go to school, you'll go to a college, a good college, get a good degree, and life is settled. But then you came to college and we told you, you have to study hard, do well, and life starts after that. I'm sure now you know life has started well and full, but still, once a KCTian, always a KCTian. Whether you're a student or not, you're a lifelong an alumni for us. It's very special to see many of you over lunch and now, and It's wonderful that you're all relating amongst yourselves, catching up on stories, missing out on what many things that should have happened in the last year was, I'm not sure, was a difficult experience. It's also special because a graduation is a time when an institution celebrates success, celebrates lives, what you have achieved, what you will achieve, and it's a reminder that this journey will continue. For such an occasion, for such a ceremony, it's very important that we have a person who is ceremonial, who's credible, who is capable, and who has showcased enormous success and impact. I'm very happy to welcome our special guest today, Dr. Christopher. Thank you, Dr. Christopher, for being with us on this very momentous occasion. I'm sure for hundreds of our graduates today, they will be remembering this day to listen to you and to get their degrees from you. Our chief guest is somebody who I met recently in our campus in a very important other event, and his accolades will be read a little later. But for me, what was very inspiring was the youthfulness, the almost excitement for new ideas, the openness to listen and understand for somebody who, while I was trying to read, you know, we're all used to reading lakhs, we're all used to reading some crores, but then the overall cumulative order value of DRDO jumped from 1.45 lakhs to 1.45 lakh crores to 2.7 lakh crores. This gentleman was appointed as Secretary, Department of Defense R&D, and Chairman of DRDO in 2015. Friends, I read this to you because Make in India, Made in India, Atmanirbhar Bharat, Defense Corridor, innovation, and so many things are being spoken about today. We are excited about the Balakot strikes. We are excited about so many other things that happened in technology. And for once, we must remember a lot of it was done by scientists like Dr. Christopher amongst us. He and his team has made India strong, is making it self-reliant, and will make it a superpower in the years to come. It is very important to remember the future of science and technology is not only in business and civil society. In defense, this is going to give us an edge. Today, you know for the fact that how dependent on, say, Russia we are. But the organizations that Dr. Christopher headed and other organizations that have been part of are working hard to make sure this balance will be met. And I also was very inspired listening to him because he has more ideas. The idea of past or former, or for that matter, retirement is not for scientists. And you know Dr. Kalam and that generation of intellectuals, scientists, and researchers never retire. And Dr. Christopher is one amongst them who is here today to remind us that degrees, education, academia is not only about jobs, is about a larger global national cause. And I'm sure this day you will be reminded of much more like that. Thank you once again, Dr. Christopher, for being with us, and we look forward to listening to you. I will use this opportunity to just say a few things. I know this is termed welcome address, but meeting all of you, I'm not sure when this will ever happen again. Maybe in your 10th alumni reunion, maybe 25th. I certainly will be very different. You will be still youthful, I presume, but I thought I will use this opportunity. Today is a day of celebration, getting together. I can see amongst yourself discussing stories, as I said, catching up on missed stories. But I also want to tell you that you should talk about your dreams. You should plan ahead. We certainly are in definitely extraordinary times. Extraordinary times because we've just come out of the pandemic. I can see very few of us wearing masks here, and it's a very different reality. The world seems to have caught a cold of recession. India is being slightly better resisted according to the IMF. We're saying that India is a glimmer of hope in the global economy. India is certainly making fast strides. Every day you see news, and then the last week we saw 36 satellites go up on one day. And not long before, India could not even imagine even to put one on the orbit. Today we are a global force for many things. But friends, let's not forget that 121 is the level we stand on Global Hunger Index. This is the challenge that you will have to fight. One side, the strong, resilient India, the strong India that the world wants to work with, the strong India where is celebrating its sons or grandsons or great-grandsons leading the world. We are very proud that 36 of our racial or national citizens are leading Fortune 500 companies. We are very proud that 6 nations in the world have Indian heritage or Indian ethnicity, citizens of those countries leading it. But at the other side, you have to remind yourselves that your generation, which will see India at 100 and its prime, will have to work very, very hard. And work hard with science and technology. Work hard with your knowledge. Work hard through your businesses and career. I want to tell you that this degree that you shall be awarded today should be a visa into that. I think this should not be seen as I've studied and I've finished. In fact, you've studied and you should embark a journey of learning. This journey of learning should be exciting, not for marks, not for outcomes, not for placements, but for possibilities and potential. I want to wish you the best for having a wonderful life career ahead. Look at entrepreneurship, look at intellectual careers, look at research, look at so many things in your generation which was certainly not possible in mine, certainly not possible in the other elders on the dais. You must remember that the world in some ways is at your feet, not from an arrogant sense, but from an opportunity sense. Nobody can stop a young Indian with ideas. Nobody can stop a young Indian with possibilities of conquering the world through your mind. I want to wish you to say that be a constant learner. As I said, use this as a passport or visa into further opportunities. I also want you to revisit the first day in Swagatam in this campus, what dreams you came with. Your parents and families are here. They had dreams for you. How much is filled and unfilled? Please fill the next 10 years with a lot more, because the first 10 years of your career is very, very important. Work hard, be persistent, don't be scared of challenges, and failure should be accepted as a learning. Responsibilities as a son, daughter, citizen, as an alumni are limitless, or global citizen. The biggest challenge that you shall fight is the fact of other pandemics. The other consistent endemics are going to be climate change, are certainly going to be mental health, and also certainly physical health. These things have to be balanced in your generation because it can't be taken for granted. There are opportunities to master this over the next 10 years, bring a wonderful life routine to make sure you're able to balance it. I also want to wish you to be a curious person, to be a confident person, to be a well-balanced person, to be this KCTian who we'll be very proud about and who'll always welcome you, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you've achieved or not, you're always one of us. A KCTian shall always be there. But of course, we want you to be successful and fantastic. I also want to wish and say that duties as a citizen, as a social person, also are very important to balance this country. While we are number 5 in economy, we are 121 in the hunger index. Let's work hard in the next 10, 20, 25 years to balance this, because we can do this intelligently and interestingly today. It does not have to be like the past. You have to be an NGO. You have to be a social worker. No, you can be an academic, you can be an entrepreneur, you can be a social worker at the same time. You know, so many people are doing interesting things. So I want to wish you for extraordinary careers, for exotic careers, and exciting opportunities ahead. Once again, welcome into this campus, your campus. Have a wonderful day. This is certainly your day. We will look at you in celebration and we'll always remember you with pride. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. We request our principal, Dr. D. Saravanan, to present the college report.
Esteemed Chief Guest, Dr. Christopher, former Chairman DRDO, former Secretary Department of Defense R&D, and Chairman of IDOT, respected Joint Correspondent, heads of various departments, other dignitaries of the dais, faculty, staff, my dear graduates, a pleasure of noon and warm welcome to everyone. It's my pleasure and duty to welcome you to this graduation ceremony and have the privilege to address you on this special occasion. It's my prime duty and pride to remember our founder, Padma Bhushan Aruchelva Dr. N. Mahalingam Ayya, whose achievements, impact, and contributions made him stand out as an exemplary leader and human being. This year, 2022, marks the birth centenary of our beloved chairman, and your batch is a special one to celebrate. Our institution's persistent efforts towards progressive education have led us to achieve the highest grade A++ by NAAC, National Assessment and Accreditation Council, in Cycle 3, and we have emerged as the first engineering college in the state of Tamil Nadu to achieve a CGPA of 3.62 out of 4. It is indeed a great pleasure to announce that MTech program in Defense Technology has been introduced in the academic year 22-23, and we are making all the efforts to provide a unique experience to the learners by connecting DRDO labs, industries, startups, and innovative pedagogy. I hope these graduates will serve the nation in a big way. I'm extremely happy to highlight that a 115 feet tall flag mast surrounded by an expansive open pavilion with a seating capacity of over 800 people was inaugurated in Kumaraguru campus on 2nd September 2022. The facility, named as the Orb, accommodates the tallest flag mast of the region, which has the tricolor flying around the clock with a substantial illumination. I am glad to emphasize that project-based learning introduced in the academic year 2021 is a unique model of inquiry-based learning where the top-down approach and the bottom-up approach converge to maximize the learning outcomes. In order to enhance the language proficiency of the students, German, French, Japanese, and Hindi were offered in the last academic year as value-added courses, and this has become a part of the curriculum from this academic year onwards. 689 events have been organized that include workshops, seminars, faculty development programs, and 4,534 students participated in internal and external programs and have brought close to 50 lakh rupees as a seed funding for various developmental activities. 335 papers have been published by the faculty members and 110 papers by the students in Web of Science, Scopus, and SCI journals. Aruchelva Dr. N. Mahalingam Award was conferred on Dr. Venu Srinivasan, the chairman of TVS Motor Company, for his unparalleled contribution to industry, R&D, and social development on 21st March 2022. Yugam, the Cosmic Techno-Cultural Sports Gala of the students, by the students and for the students, marks 10th edition of the fest between 14th May to 28th May 2022. Team C Shakti of KCT scripted the history by becoming the first ever team to represent India and garnering 6th position in overall ranking and winning communication prize worth 2,000 euros at prestigious Monaco Energy Board Challenge in July 2022. We KCTians know that there is a long way to go. We will arise, awake, and stop not till we reach the top position in the nation and international arena and make our founders' dream come true. Thank you one and all, and a hearty welcome once again.
I declare open this graduation ceremony. This graduation ceremony of Kumaraguru College of Technology has been called for presenting degrees to the candidates who, in the examinations held for the purpose by Anna University, have been certified to be worthy of the same. Introduction of the chief guest.
Respected delegates on the dais and the gathering, good afternoon to one and all. We have among us the well-renowned scientist and a person who had led our country to the forefront to be self-dependent in defense technology, joining the selected group of 4 nations in the world, Dr. S. Christopher. Professor, IIT Madras, Chairman of AIDAT, former Secretary, Department of Defense, R&D, and Chairman, DRDO. Thank you, Professor, for accepting our invitation to grace this occasion. The graduation ceremony batch 2017-21. Dr. S. Christopher's profile, which we are presenting, will be motivating for the graduates and make them the dream much higher for a brighter career to bring out our nation self-dependent in all means. Dr. S. Christopher was appointed as a Secretary, Department of Defense, R&D and ATVP, Chairman, DRDO and DG, ADA in 2015. Prior to that, he had served in Bangalore-based DRDO labs, LRDE and CABS for 27 years in various capacities, to be noted a program director. Few of his notable achievements are the chief designer of the prestigious Airborne Early Warning and Control System, which we call it as AVACS, well known as NETRA, which successfully served in the recent Balakot air strike against Pakistan. He was instrumental in the induction of the nuclear submarine, Ariban, and the fighter aircraft, Tejas. He was also instrumental in the design of torpedo, Varun Astra, decoy, Marich, and sonars, which were used in the Indian defense. During his tenure, his technological innovation has created a platform in DRDO to generate 2.71 lakh crores. Dr. Christopher has several patents and copyrights to his credit, is the author of several publications, and has won several prestigious awards, including Scientist of the Year in the year 1999. Now, after his retirement from the Ministry of Defense, he has joined as a faculty of IIT Madras as a full-time professor and is pursuing research on an ambitious and futuristic photonic radar. With these few words, I thank Professor once again for accepting our invitation to grace this auspicious occasion. Thank you, Professor.
I take pleasure to invite the Chief Guest, Dr. Christopher, to deliver the graduation address.
Distinguished guest on the dais, graduating students, proud parents, professors, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Let me at the outset thank the organizers to give me this opportunity to come to this magnificent campus and be with you in the last day of your graduation. As you all know that the graduation is a very important milestone in your lives. Let me hasten to thank Dr. Shankar for his kind invite for me to be with you at this point of time. Graduates, the basic point of starting the career into the world is going to start from now onwards. Could be a higher studies, could be an entrepreneur, could be even a politician, could be something else. But notwithstanding that, the start has happened quite some time back in terms of a critical selection of the subject as well as the institution. You are lucky to be here in this wonderful institution, and I'm sure you would have selected the subject of your choice. At times, maybe probably the pressure due to your parents, could be the dreams of your own childhood thinking, or maybe the peer pressure too. Irrespective of whatever it may be, before you embark onto the next phase of your life and career, you have to have a sort of a relook on what you have done or what we should do, at least in the future, knowing or seeing from the past of others, like a caterpillar going through the process of getting matured and coming out of the cocoon as a beautiful butterfly. You are coming out of this institution with wonderful education to be a best possible entrepreneur or a sort of a professional in this world. So you deserve that type of opportunity because you struggled, you studied in pursuing your career and reach this particular mileage. It is better that we have certain look at our past or the career of the others to know what we should do and what the way we should proceed. You are aware that in the recent past, Mr. Rishi Sunak has taken over as a UK Prime Minister, and he is obviously from an Indian origin, and it's a black person and youngest for his age in the centuries. You must be aware that long time back, Winston Churchill said, Indians and dogs are not allowed. If that were the situation, you mean to say Sunak could have been able to walk into, because he's a son-in-law of Mr. Narayana Murthy, or because a wealthy person, or because of he is from Indian origin? Obviously not. He is a graduate from both Oxford as well as Stanford. That means education, and his qualification has brought him rightly to the place where UK deserves a person of his stature at this point of time, at this juncture, where UK is going through its turmoil and enough amount of economic pressure there, and this is the right person at this point of time. So you must imagine what potential that you have through your education, and you must encash it at all cost. Now, when we talk at this point of time, what you are going to become, I really do not know. I have come across educated politician, a 3 times chief minister and RM, none other than Honorable Minister late Manohar Parrikar. He was an excellent in his work. He's an engineer, IITian. So I'm sure some of you might probably take even politics as a profession. Some of you may get into an administrative service. Some of you certainly will be researchers, and most certainly highly paid professionals, and certainly some of you will be giving job to professionals as an entrepreneur. My point is, when you are taking into this type of turning point, you must have your own conviction on certain virtues. Like for instance, Sunak has taken as a guiding principle for him to bring back glory to UK, that he will give importance to integrity, accountability, and professionalism. When we talk of accountability, many people assume accountability has to be forced in. For example, if you are in Singapore or in India, the behavior of the people are different. On the road, you will do anything that you like in India, but not in Singapore. That means the systemic change the system has to bring in is the expectation. But imagine if it comes within you as a natural choice, upbringing of you from the place where you come. We all talk about the family value. Similar to that, in case you have your internal mechanism, what would have happened? Most of you have studied for the exam, but some of you studied for learning. If you have an internal accountability that you would have studied almost everything, irrespective of expected questions. Obviously, when we are placed in your professional path, professional career, this matters a lot, accountability. As an R&D scientist, I've seen there are occasions where people come with good marks, but at the same time, not really spent enough of time in their subject, sometimes suffer. But the point is, it is all right whatever has happened in the past. Henceforth, we must put ourselves in the place where how the accountability personally within myself is going to bring me up. There was a place, coffee place, where one wing commander, retired person, is with his family taking coffee. During that time, he keeps seeing somebody is looking at them again and again from the next table. So he's curious, but he could not ask anything. He must be commenting to his family that how indecent he is to keep looking at us. At the end of that neighbor, that next table person going, he came to him and put a salute and said, "Sir, I am the one who packed your parachute." Unfortunately, the wing commander could not respect or understand the meaning of that words at that point of time. He smiled and said, "Oh, hello, okay, thank you," he said, and left. The night he remembered that before he retired as a wing commander, for whatever be the reason, he got ejected from the aircraft which he was flying. There was a snag in that aircraft. Imagine at that point of time, every aircraft has got its own parachute, and it is correctly placed and correctly folded and correctly tied in a specific fashion. That was done by this other gentleman who also retired at that point of time, because several years has gone by. Had he not done that, this man wouldn't have been alive. The accountability, when you look at it, this gentleman never did that. He is going to meet one day this wing commander and going to tell him that I saved you. No such a thing. And neither a praise or appreciation came, because after the accident, things went on in its own way, and everybody gone into their own lifestyle and then moved on. But the question is, had the gentleman who are a lower rank had not done his internal mechanism of accountability was not up to the mark, possibly you would have found out who was responsible, or possibly that you would have neglected who was responsible. His life itself was there. Likewise, in spite of accountability, there are occasions where things can go wrong. Like for instance, in the case of AEW and Sierra Netra program, it was not the first time we started. This is the third time we approached or taken that exercise. In the first phase, a document was created. Second phase, when we are doing experiment with the Avro aircraft, which is a old aircraft which was with the Air Force, there was a crash in spite of every possible attempt and every possible taken care of. And 9 of our, including scientists, pilots, everybody died in that crash. And unfortunately, it was not any wrong calculation, but it is the time, the urgency due to which the pilot made a slightly higher turn than expected, and that has resulted in a crash, and everything is documented. And I happen to be in that aircraft previous sortie. So imagine if we are not clear and accountable, what amount of life is going to be critical. You may be wondering that it is only in our case some accidents have happened and accountability is wanted. The accountability, in spite of that, there are occasions in R&D things can go wrong. Even Chinese lost their one of the AW aircraft during the heavy weather conditions. The next one is integrity is another virtue that we all should imbibe. In Kerala, some schools, they are trying out shops with all sorts of things for the students, say notebook, pencils, and so many things are sold, not with anybody else there. Just everything is kept, price tag is there, and just a basket is there for the children to leave the money and go. And they are claiming for the past few months it is successful. And I know of places in Sweden, several hilly areas, there is no man at all in the toll. It's just a basket is there, you would like to drop the coin, whatever the rate it is written there, you can drop it. And what I know, whatever I have heard from them, is that they earn exactly same or sometime even more, because they don't even take the change back. The toll charges as expected in a manned place. Imagine such amount of integrity, if it is there, how nice it would be. If a wonderful building is built and a monument is built without proper foundation, and if it happened to collapse after it is fully built, what amount of shame and waste of time and energy, and sometimes even human beings. And you may wonder that it is a sort of a story being built. No, it has happened about a couple of years back in Chennai, and it was approved building, multi-story building, and while it completed, it crashed. And it's because of software being run and some parameters fed was not correct. So the people went to the court, and during the court interview or reviews, it was referenced to IIT Madras when that was completely analyzed. It is believing the software, somebody has run it wrongly, and then it has happened. Likewise, in our own exercise of building something new, there are so many unknowns, and so many people will ask several questions, maybe correct, maybe wrong. Like for instance, in the AVAX or AWNC, whatever we have built, it is having what is called the air-to-air refueling, because we want to extend the time of the endurance. The question asked is, what will happen in case there is a leakage from the air-to-air refueling? The whole fuel will go to the radar antenna, and then the radar antenna is transmitting, and it can catch fire. Obviously, yes, it can happen. The exercise is, during the air-to-air refueling, nobody refuels, nobody radiates. Obviously, they are not similar time, same time it is done. But at the same time, the question asked is if there is any residue. Even that was calculated as per the standard, about 100 milliliters expected to be in a normal expected leakage as per the IEEE standard. Even that was questioned, saying that just in case some accident happens, ultimately we have to work up and down for that. Enormous amount of sincere effort is put, because an individual or a few pilots or a few group of people are believing and going to fly in that aircraft. And our responsibility is to see that we do a professional, or we do with full integrity whatever the analysis. And that is the individual's responsibility to be absolutely clear about what he is doing, and he has to be very passionate about having this integrity. As regards the professionalism is concerned, what Sunag is also telling, professionalism. Many of us mistake professionalism as something, lot of learning or a lot of technology. It is not necessary. Even a simple meeting, adhering to the time, adhering to the agenda, adhering to the specific needs of everything, and clearing it is one of the points that we need to remember. Also, when we are working in an environment, we may be knowing very important things, and we may be the important key personnel. Because of that, everybody has to wait. That type of attitude is not professionalism. As a matter of fact, in CAPS, where I was head of the establishment, introduced attendance to come on the time, because most often was told, because it was created by a Air Force officer, the tendency is, when there is a work, we will work 24/7, but otherwise, why should we on be time? That was an attitude that time. So I created it, and there are many people were unhappy, because we have an exercise on year-on-year basis, sort of a video created. At that time also, they created a situation where for coming late by few minutes, half-day leave is cut. But I was initially unpopular, but overall in a longer time, they found that that's the only way of togetherness, working together, time starting was helping us in succeeding in our activity. End of it, everybody was proud. Sooner or later, when the Prime Minister, Honorable Modi ji, introduced the punctuality in Delhi, everybody was surprised. Even we as a secretary supposed to be on punctual time, and there is an attendance monitored. So it was a very good example of correlation. Next one is, just because you are in power, you do or assume things which is beyond your capacity. Like for instance, we all used to have in those days, beyond certain level, like the police, maybe inspector or even above AC level, they have red lights on their vehicles. So even the scientists used to have, that was the practice. And that too in Delhi it is much more. So everybody will say the secretary is supposed to have. I too had in the beginning. But as per rules, I can have it when I am going along with strategic equipment, which is officially allowed, not otherwise. So I was hesitant to use it, but one day I put a full stop and saying that I will no longer use it. The most affected person was my own driver, because he came and cried, saying that everywhere they will stop, they will not give a priority. But it is not so, because we have every possible pass that we can enter into anywhere, Prime Minister, to the any place we can go without any problem, including Prime Minister's house. We were very easily allowed with that passes. But this red light was not a must, but then still everybody had. So all my juniors came and requested, saying that, sir, this is only pride or happiness we had. So I allowed it, except that I was not having it. Again, believe me, there's an ordinance came after some time. Now nobody can have it, including the secretaries. But should we have to go by rules? Should it not be within us? Is it not a professionalism? That is what my urge is. I was listening to Sunil Ganguly's interview. During that time, he says self-esteem. He says you may fail, you may not score all the time 100, but then even when you fail, you must have faith in yourself. That is precisely what even a cartoon movie called that Kung Fu Panda is also emphasizing. You all should have faith in yourself. You must have studied in various subjects. You may look at others having slightly better than you, but if you don't put faith in yourself, how else somebody else will put faith? So it is very important that you should have faith in yourself and use the skills. This is the institution where professors and teachers trying to inculcate in you a good knowledge. Some of you would have absorbed it, some of you may not have absorbed it. Again, there is a boy sitting in a shop in the morning and serving for many of the people who come coffee. That was his job. So the elderly person who regularly visits there finds this boy with a slightly glum face. So he asked him, why you are glum? Then he said, sir, I don't know how to get money for my own studies. I do not know what to do, and all those things. So after a couple of days later, this gentleman went and gave him a gold coin. So this boy will utilize it for his own studies and education. So this boy was so happy after getting the coin. So a couple of days, it went on. The man used to go to him in the morning, and then coffee giving time, the boy seems to be visibly happy. Then one fine morning again he went back to his own sort of a sad state. At that time that man asked him, what happened to you? You were so happy yesterday and I gave you something. Yes sir, you gave me, and I was happy. I was so proud that I have something with me, a gold, and so I kept it very safely, and it is a precious one. I went and put it in the garden. I dug a small hole in there and then put it there, and every day morning I used to go and check it there, and it was there till yesterday. So I was happy, but today I went and saw it is not there, so I'm unhappy again. Point is, you are given talent, you are given some sort of a knowledge, not to keep it and hide it and hold it. Use it. Then only you will become knowledgeable, and you will be able to use your skills more and more and succeed in your life. And be unique. There is no reason why we should follow everybody's footstep all the time in everything. There are occasions where you may have to stand alone. It's difficult, but you can. Again, there is an example of a elderly person going in the beach while he's seeing somewhere far away a small boy keep throwing something from the shore into the sea. He could not understand. He finally goes close to that boy and asks him, boy, what are you doing? Then the boy says, sir, are you not seeing? Finally the person again asks, okay, I'm seeing, but still tell me what you're doing. Then he says, I'm throwing these oysters from the ground to from the shore to the sea. Why are you doing? He said, don't you think it is life for those oysters? Then this gentleman again tells, see, millions of them are there. They came because of the tide and then they're brought out. But still, you are only pushing few of them. Then also this boy repeats again, irrespective of that, as far as that oyster is concerned, it is life and death. So when you do certain things, you may be unique, you may be a single person, you may look like that you are not part of the millions. So what? You can be your own, and you can build your own. Sometimes companies which many people will suspect that it may not come through, if you put your earnest effort, you will certainly succeed. There are questions asked sometime when the problem comes, why me? Again, a Wimbledon player, successful player, ace player, was in the hospital and counting his days before, as he was having cancer. Many of the friends asked him, why this is for you? You've been such a wonderful player, and why should you have this? You are a nice man. Then this man asked him back, I never questioned when I was, when I learned to, play tennis, and when I started going to the circuit for playing, when I selected for the semi-finals, finally selected for the finals, and when I got through the finals also, I never questioned God. Why me? Why should I ask now alone? So in difficult times, asking, where is God? Why me? Who is that? It's not a question. All of us will go through ups and downs, but still we should be steadfast in our own career and growth. Particularly when you are leaving this place, this institution, you are KCTNs, please remember this place should also get glory out of your glory. And this is precisely what Manohar Parrikar was telling in the convocation day in DIIT Pune. He asked the question to the general people, IITs are known, why it is known? Is it because of they have more funds? Is it because more equipments they have? Finally, he himself said, no, it is your responsibility to bring glory to their own organization. So I, at this point of time, wish you all that you will do a similar way, glory to this organization. It's a wonderful, wonderful place, and you may have a similar experience elsewhere. However, the age and the time at which that you had this good experience of these great institutions, you will never get back. So I wish you all success, and wish to see you, some of you in greater positions than most of us, and then be a part and parcel of this institution ceremony. Wish you all the best. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Let the candidates be now presented.
Mr. Chairman, I, Dr. P. Devaki, present unto you the candidates from the Faculty of Computer Science and Engineering who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degree of Bachelor of Engineering in Computer Science and Engineering of Anna University. Nivetha D. Pudiyavan S.M. Sivaraman S. Kirtana D. Krishna A.S. Saran M. Sharmila A. Arman Said. Adish Vikram J.S. Nishant Vignesh S. Madhumita R. Samarthi Chai Chetan. Nandakumar B. Divyashi J. Mohammed Khalifa A. Adarsh S. Soumya M. Balaji P. Vasant Kumar K.M. Kritika J. Ayyappan S.P. Niveta R. Amrita A. Mohanapriya S. Balaji Ramkumar G. Sri Datta Venga S. Arun Kumar J. Pradeep R.K. Shamali Radhakrishnan Rajshri Ram Prasanna T. Kishore R. Praveena Venkateshan Sandhya S. Aravind R. Aishwarya G. Maithili K. Akshaya Shri R. Royasima J. Benisha John M. Kiran Martin S. Sambat Kumar M, Jagannathan, Satish Kumar, Subhash Ram, Sri Shankar, Brinda, Vishnu Venkatesh, Manikandan, Arvind, Gitaji, Jay Prakash. Mr. Chairman, I, Dr. Devaki, present unto you the candidates from the Faculty of Computer Science and Engineering who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degree of Master of Engineering in Computer Science and Engineering of Anna University. Muthukumar J, Shanmati J, Sanjay V, Niveta PR.
Mr. Chairman, I, Dr. S.A. Pasupati, present unto you the candidates from the Faculty of Electronics and Communication Engineering who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degree of Bachelor of Engineering in Electronics and Communication Engineering from Anna University. Divya Prabha R, Nidish, Sujita, Bharati, Bharatraj, Praveen, Urmila, Amul, Dilbagan, Christian, Deeksha, Srivarsini, Arun Shakti, Arun Sundaram, Deepika, Gautam, Tej, Bhavan, Agit Dinesh, Vimal Kumar, Harish Aravind, Nandini, Nandabharat, Deepika, Gautam, Ashwin, Shalini, Sanupriya, Raghavi, Sugita, Ajit Kumar, Gauri Raj, Gaurav Menon, Kamala, Aravind, Sikha, Muralidhar, Mohankrishnan, Kamalesh, Dhanalakshmi, Ashok, Divya, Madhumita, Ponpolavan, Anisha Davis, Deepika, Rakesh, Venila, Manoj, Darshan, Prashant, Sriram. Raj, Sabarish, Praveen, Vidya, Madhurisha, Pavitra Devi, Navida, Kirtana, Deepika, Aishwarya, Aisha Begum, Monica, Praveen Raj, Harikumar, Prasad, Prithvi Raj, Sangeet Raj, Preeti, Subhashri, Kamalesh, Deepak Raj, Gayatri, Lavanya, Kausalya Devi, and Communication Engineering who have been certified after the examination to be duly qualified to receive the degree of Master of Engineering Communication System. Priyadarshini Viveka.
Mr. Chairman, I, Dr. K. Malarvidi, present unto you the candidates from the Faculty of Electrical and Electronics Engineering who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degree of Bachelor of Engineering in Electrical and Electronics Engineering of Anna University. Naveen Teerthan, Prashant, Kausalya, Gokila, Akash, Nitin Srinivas, Tamilarasi, Karthik Balaji, Kamaleshu, Danish Ratnam, Miralini, Praveen Kumar, Raghu, Sneha, Anushya, Mercy Ramya, Menaha, Mukesh, Rohit, Arun Raj, Harish Kumar, Akhileshwar, Nishant, Ahalya, Deeparasi, Monica Priya, Arun Kumar, Hari Prakash, Sujita, Naveen Kumar, Akshayamati, Kavina, Harish Narayana, Praveen, Vishnu Prasad, Gayatri, Akila, Priyanka, Ashwin, Praveen, Neha Praveen, Soumya, Sweta, Ram Prasad, Hadiresh, Kavin, Jai Surya, Afrin, Sivashankari, Vinu, Praveen Hariharan, Deepak Raj, Navina, Srinath, Rahul, Sanmati, Anushya, Kausalya, Giri Prasad, Arun Kumar, Selva Kumar, Divya Shri, Kamali, Ratna Kumar, Harihara Prabhu, Uday Kumar, Nannila, Aditya, Swarnamalya, Kritika, Ishwar, Ashwin Kumar, Mohammed Fayaz, Kanishka, Sugandhan, Madhumita, Reshma, Karthikeyan, Rajarajan, Ritika, Shalini, Satish, Sandeep Mauli, Ravi Shankar, Ranjit, Manibala, Sharmila, Tanmati, Yashika, Vinod Kannan, Ranjit Kannarama, Sabari, Yuvan Shankar, Yuvaranjini, Deepak Kumar, Kartika, Dharanish, Nitish Kumar, Raghu Narayanan, Gokul, Gokul Marish, Kabilan, Abdul Hakim, Madhubala, Amrish Kumar, Kaviyarasi, Deepika, Gurumurthy, Vimal Kumar, Tendul Kannan, Devi Shri, Prabhudeva, Raj, Gandhi. Mr. Chairman, I, Dr. K. Malarvili, present unto you the candidates from Faculty of Electrical and Electronics Engineering who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degree of Master of Engineering in Embedded Systems and Technologies of Anna University. Shobana, Kirtika, Deeksha, Susari, Ishwaramurthy, Niveta, Durga Shri, Preeti, Sasindran, Udaya Selvaraja. Mr. Chairman, I, Dr. K. Malarvili, present unto you the candidates from Faculty of Electrical and Electronics Engineering who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degree of Master of Engineering in Powertronics and Drives. Sridhar.
Mr. Chairman, I, Dr. K.K. Anil Kumar, present unto you the candidates from the Faculty of Electronic and Instrumentation Engineering who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degree of Bachelor of Engineering in Electronic and Instrumentation Engineering of Anna University. Dharnit, Kausalya, Hayden Paul, Shobana, Karthik, Surya Kumar, Nachamai, Yogesh, Harikumar, Anna Matthew, Gokul Krishnan, Mahalakshmi, Darshini, Abhiram, Sabarish, Mohammed Aksan, Jnana Sanjini, Sriram, Pradeep, Subhashri, Durga Suran, Rishikesh, Kavya Sri, Santosh Kumar, Vivek, Rakadeshwaran, Sangavi, Dinesh Babu, Vishal, Yelvin, Surya Prakash, Siva, Vaishali, Kishore, Akila, Ponshekar, Radha Rajeshwari, Harinath, Sriram, 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 Sriram Marshall, Akshat, Saravanan, Kirtit Sanjay, Varna Priya, Gokul Prasad, India Priyadarshini, Srinidhi, Jagat Kumar, Madhya Rasi, Javagat, Bharati, Prasant A, Robert Benny, Gokulanek, Kartik Raja, Deepak Kumar, Mukesh, Kalyana Sundaram, Vishnu Ram, Damodaran, Mohammed Khalid,
Mr. Chairman, I, Dr. M. Alamiro, present unto you the candidates from the Faculty of Information Technology who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degree of Bachelor of Technology in Information Technology of Anna University. Harini, Soundarya S. Vaishali K. Sujitra R. Naveen Kumar R. Haridashni M. Kanagaraj P. Sudarshana Pranesh. Maunika K.S. Sandhya G. Aishwarya R. Jagan J. Adish N. Kavipriya K.S. Sudhira S. Kaushika S. Yashwant R. Dyara Devi S. Apurva S. Bhupati K. Priyadashni R. Naveed Zade. Ashdeep Kumar S.R. Shinta C. Pooja M.D. Monisha M. Mukesh Kiran M. Ragapriya C. Hariprasad P. Navina M. Monica Shri M. Jagan S. Dhanush Aditya N. Varshini S. Niveda M. Santosh MG. Narayanan SV. Naveen S. Shangavi B.
Shriram S.G. Hari Prashant M. Maheshwaran K.S. Sumitra S. Janani Shri. Shweta K. Amrita D. Jayaprada V. Yogesh V. Vignesh N. Surya Priya. Mr. Chairman, I, Dr. M. Alamelu, present unto you the candidates from the Faculty of Information Technology who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degree of Master of Technology in Data Science of Anna University. Malavika G, Akil M.N., Kavipriya C.U., Saparna S., Harini T. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I, Dr. M. Saravanamogan, present unto you the candidates from the Faculty of Mechatronics Engineering who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degree of Bachelor of Engineering in Mechatronics Engineering of Anna University. Kishore K. Gurnavkarasu P. Maharaja M. Jawahar T. Vigneshwaran R. Shriram L. Adishwar P. Abdul Rahman A. Apurva Nair. Lokesh Raj R. Vinodini R. Deva Blasan, Venkatraman C.S., Gayatri C., Harishankar, Ashwin S., Vishnuvarshan, Nindya, Arun Prakash, Aditya R., Padmanabhan A.G., Karthikeyan E, Sai Prashant V, Harish Jayan, Ishaq Hussain, Gautam Kumar TJ, Jagan M, Sangeeta, Vinit Raj, Prakash Raja, Sharmuga Vadivel, Bhuvan Karthik, Vishwa, Shriram S.G., Nirmal S.A., Ajay Rahul, Sridhar Shyam, Jagesh Kannan, Nitin J, Faizuddin, Rahul Narayana, Ranjit Kumar, Dhanaprasad, Pavitran, Abhishek Abhishek Sindhu, Selvakumar, Surya, Lokesh, Mohammad Khalid, Priyadarshan, Sajan John, Vignesh, Deveshwar, Deepak P.A., Naveen, Sanjay, Arun Kumar, Gautam.
Now I request all the graduates to just rise, please. Only the graduates. I request you to repeat after me. We shall, in thought, word and deed, ever endeavor to be scrupulously honest in the discharge of our duties in our profession, and shall uphold the dignity and integrity of our profession and honor of our college and university. We shall uphold and advance social order and the well-being of our fellow members, and we shall devote our energy to promote unity, integrity, and the social ideal of our country. The conferment of degrees, by the virtue of the authority vested in me as the joint correspondent of the Governing Council of Kumaraguru College of Technology, Coimbatore, I admit you as graduates for which you have been declared qualified to receive the degrees of the Anna University, and in token thereof you have been presented with these certificates, and I authorize you to wear the robes ordained as the insignia of your qualifications. Congratulations. I dissolve this graduation ceremony. National Anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 जय